Welcome viewers, moving on to exercise 3.4 of class 8 mathematics, understanding quadrilaterals. Question number 1. All rectangles are square. We have to state whether these statements are correct or not. I have drawn figures of all the quadrilaterals. This is a rectangle, this is square. So let's see. Rectangle has all interior angle 90 degrees. Square also have all interior angle 90 degrees. Difference between these two is square has all the four sides equal. Rectangle has pair of two equal sides. That is, this side is equal to this side and this side is equal to this side. So this definition is not satisfied. So this statement is false because all rectangles cannot be square. Clear? 1b. All rhombus are parallelograms. Rhombus has got all four sides equal. Parallelogram has got pair of equal sides. So for a parallelogram, opposite side need to be parallel. Okay. So this stays true with rhombus. So all rhombuses are parallelogram. This statement is true. All squares are rhombuses, also rectangles. Rhombus has got all four sides which are equal. Same is true for square. Difference between a square and a rhombus is that the interior angle of a square is 90 degrees, whereas it need not to be for a rhombus. So all squares are rhombuses, but all rhombuses are not square. It becomes square only where the interior angle is 90 degrees. 1c. All squares are rhombuses and also rectangles. So this statement is true because interior angle is 90 degree and all sides are equal. So definition both rectangle and rhombus is satisfied in case of square. So this statement is true. All squares are not parallelogram. Square have got opposite sides parallelogram. This is parallel to all pieces are parallel, that is this side is parallel to this side is parallel to this side. So all squares are parallelogram. So this statement is false. All kites are rhombuses. This is a kite. What are the criteria for this figure to be kite? This side is equal to this side and this side is equal to this side. And the diagonals, they intersect. When they intersect, they form 90 degree angles. So they are perpendicular to one another. So all kites cannot be rhombuses because in a rhombus all four sides need to be of equal length, whereas in kite the consecutive sides are of equal length. So this statement is false. All rhombuses are kite. Now this is a rhombus where all four sides are equal. If this side is also equal to this side and this side is also equal to this side, this figure will somehow look like this, which would be satisfied definition of rhombuses. So this statement is also true. All parallelograms are trapezium. These are all parallelogram. What is criteria for a figure to be trapezium? Two sides need to be parallel. That is all. Here two opposite sides are parallel. Here also parallel. In this case also opposite sides are parallel. So all parallelograms are trapezium. Okay. All squares are trapezium. For a definition of a trapezium, you need opposite side to be parallel. That is all. Square opposite sides are parallel. So you can say all squares are trapezium. So this statement is also true. Moving on to question number 2. Identify all the quadrilaterals that have four sides of equal length. Out of these quadrilaterals, square have all the four sides equal and rhombus have all the four sides equal. So square and rhombuses are quadrilaterals which have got all the four sides equal. 2b, 4 right angles. So rectangle have interior angles, all the four interior angles are 90 degrees. Square, all the 4 interior angles are 90 degrees. So square and rectangles have all 4 angles which are right angles. Question number 3. Explain how a square is a quadrilateral. This is a square, it has got 4 sides, hence it's a quadrilateral. A square is also a parallelogram. For a figure to be parallelogram, for a quadrilateral to be parallelogram, the opposite side need to be parallel. So this side is parallel to this side and this side is parallel to this side. So definition satisfied. So square is also a parallelogram. Square is a rhombus. A quadrilateral is said to be rhombus when all the 4 sides are of equal length. Same is true for a square. So square is also a rhombus. Fourth part, it's a rectangle. When you talk about in terms of interior angle, in a rectangle all the interior angles are 90 degree. Same is true for square. All the interior angles are 90 degree. So it is also a rectangle. Question number 4. Name the quadrilateral whose diagonals, part 1, bisect each other. Out of this, if you see rectangle, so this will be equal to this part. This is one diagonal and this will be equal to this part. So in a rectangle, 2 diagonals bisect each other. Same is true for square, same is true for rhombus, same is true for a parallelogram. So these quadrilaterals, namely rectangle, parallelogram, rhombus and square, the diagonals bisect each other. Diagonals are perpendicular bisectors. That is, out of this, in square, 2 diagonals are perpendicular to each other. And same is true in case of rhombus. In square and rhombus, diagonals bisects each other, that is divides each other into equal parts and also perpendicular to each other. You should be careful in this question. They have asked perpendicular bisectors. So they divide each other equally, but in case of kite, diagonals are perpendicular to each other, but this part is equal to this part, but this diagonal is not bisected. That is, it is not transected into, divided into 2 equal parts. Clear? Now diagonals are equal. In this case, in a rectangle, of course, diagonals are equal because this side and this side, they are, these parallel, they are opposite, this parallel and they are opposite. So they are part of a triangle. We join this. So this is replica. If you see, this is replica. So if you look at other way, these 2 lines are equal. Same is true in case of a square. Same is true in case of a rhombus. In a parallelogram, diagonals are not equal. Need not to be necessarily equal. Okay. So in a rectangle, square and rhombus, the diagonals are of equal length. Clear? Moving on to question number 5. Explain why a rectangle is a convex quadrilateral. What is a convex quadrilateral? Both the diagonals, they should lie inside the figure. Okay, and none of the interior angle should be more than 180 degree. This is what is the criteria required for a quadrilateral to be a convex quadrilateral. So this angle, all 4 angles are 90 degree and both the diagonals lies inside the figure. So rectangle is a convex quadrilateral. Question number 6. ABC is a right angle triangle and O is the midpoint of the side opposite to the right angle. Explain why O is equidistant from A, B and C. Okay. Now this is 90 degree and O is midpoint of this line AC. So of course OA will be equal to OC. So O is equidistant from A and also from C. Now we have converted this triangle into a rectangle by drawing a replica of it, that is a line parallel to AB, that is DC, and AD, which is of course parallel to BC. Okay, so this is now rectangle. Properties of rectangle: 2 diagonals, that is AC and BD, bisects each other and both the diagonals are of equal length. So O is also midpoint of this line segment BD. So AC is equal to BD, hence, and OB is equal to OD because O is the midpoint of line BD. So this will be equal to this. Okay. Now since both these lines segments are of equal length, so this is the common midpoint. Hence OA will be equal to OB also. Similarly, OD will be equal to OC. Clear? You can take it other way also. Suppose you move this line segment like this. So B is going to coincide with A and D is going to coincide with C, and O will remain the midpoint of both these lines. Hence OA will be equal to OB and OD will be equal to OC, and all this line segment will be equal to one another. Clear? This completes our exercise 3.4. Keep practicing.